What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Polly C coming at you with a fantabulous episode of Carpet Cleaning Guys Vlogs. Oh, yeah. Today we are making some bank, some coin. How we doing it? We hitting up area rugs. Oh, yeah. And we doing it with the commercial Hoover Hush-Tone vacuum and the Auric Orbiter, the Works sprayer, and we are going to be using simple Encap, which for our solution at 4 ounces per gallon for the mixture. And as always, you can check out the link in the description of all my videos if you want to use the same products, equipment, and pads that I use. Help yourself. If you don't, make sure you're using something professional. And that's my final word. You can see here, this one has a inlaid cotton. On the tag, it shows the white portion is a 100% polypropylene, and those little designs are actually a weave with a cotton blend, or a straight cotton, 100% cotton. So when you vacuum these, you got to be very gentle with your beater bar. It recommends not using a beater bar. My commercial vacuum does not have a feature to shut down the beater bar. So we're going to try out a few settings. We're going to raise it up high, raise it down low, and make sure that we can get all of the soil out of the carpet. I will be cleaning the surface of this one and just vacuuming the backside. So we'll do a crisscross vacuuming, very thorough, one direction, then the other. Then we'll flip it over and we'll get any of the dust that might have beat through off the floor and then vacuum the backside. On the two smaller ones, they're 100% wool. So what I'll be doing is vacuuming both sides and cleaning both sides. And then we'll be hanging those up. And this is a client that actually moved out of a unit in one of the buildings that I do on the regular, all the common areas. And she asked me what I would charge her to clean these up for. So I'm going to clean them up. I'm going to hang up the two small ones in the bathrooms. I'll show you how that works. Then tomorrow morning, I'm going to come back in here. I'm going to roll them up and deliver them to her new home. So very simple. If you are thinking about getting into carpet cleaning, this is a prime opportunity. If you have an Auric Orbiter and a commercial vacuum, you can get started for under $1,000. You could even do area rugs in your own home or your garage. You can look back at some of my videos where I actually put a tarp out on the grass during the summer when it was nice and hosed down the real dirty ones that smelled like pet urine. And I will note again, I am not a mentor. I am not a trainer. I'm not saying that to be mean or anything like that. I love all my followers and subscribers. You guys know what to do. Just Google all your questions or find a mentor on YouTube. I recommend Tommy with Green Rhino. I think he changed the name of his YouTube channel to the Green Rhino Project. So I'll see if I can put a link to his channel in the description as well. He offers a pretty affordable course. He teaches both steam cleaning and VLM, but not just the process. He teaches you the nuts and bolts of how to go about operating your business, from taxes to invoicing to all that good stuff. So anyway, with that said, you can watch what I do and pretty much duplicate what I do. I tell you what I do, I show you what I do, I give you the link to where I get all my stuff. So go with God, but go. And if you do, you can make quite a bit of money. You just want to be very careful that you understand carpet fibers and that you understand, obviously, like I'm explaining, if you vacuumed with a pretty harsh beater bar and you had it down on a commercial level, you could tear those inlaid cotton fibers right out of that rug, and then you're going to have problems. So you do want to start slowly, take your time, learn, Google stuff. I mean, Google is a full-time education. So check it out. But here, the Auric Orbiter is very affordable. If you had a couple $100 more than the amount for an Auric Orbiter and you could afford a Koblenz, machine, a 3/4 horsepower Koblenz. You could find those on the Encap store. Then you're taking a step up, and you'll be able to use that and get more done, and I think at a quicker rate and a better quality. But here's that tag, kind of zoomed in to show we're going to vacuum the backside of it. But anyway, with the Oric Orbiter and the right pads, the right solutions, if you have room or space in your home or your garage or even outside, you can advertise that you do low moisture area rug cleaning, and you can go and pick those up, take them into the privacy of wherever you're doing them, pre-spray them, and you can scrub them with a brush like this. This is a rug renovator from Amazon. I think they run about $35. It has an aggressive side and a less aggressive side. I use it for pre-agitation as well as grooming. And those are Glad pads. They're 100% cotton. I'm using those to absorb the soil. And then this particular orange carpet, you'll see me go over it at the end with a microfiber pad. And that's because one side sat for a very long time and the bottom is kind of dingy looking. So I wanted to try and brighten that up as best I could. And that's the other thing on wool. Wool is an organic fiber. It's a hair, basically. And what you want to do is you want to be careful, because if you put hydrogen peroxide on wool, because hydrogen peroxide, everyone says, brightens everything up. But if you put hydrogen peroxide, which is an oxidizer, which means it eats organic matter, or it's not good to put on organic products, it will destroy and start to eat away and degrade the fiber. And these are very expensive rugs, believe it or not. Now, where do you want to put hydrogen peroxide on something that's organic? Well, urine is organic, comes from the human body. Poop is organic. Feces, throw up, hair, dog hair, cat hair, skin, dander, all that stuff will get oxidized and removed or cleaned up with hydrogen peroxide. So you can use it on synthetic carpets. But if a animal pees or poops on wool, you're not going to be able to attack it with an oxidizer. You're going to have to hit it with just vinegar, and which is a higher acid, and you're going to have to try to work that and just really clean as best you can. So that's one drawback with the wool. But they do last quite a long time. And you will notice sometimes when you're cleaning wool that you'll get some, you'll see some little pieces come off. It starts to shed. And especially on the very first time it's been cleaned, or if somebody's cleaned it improperly and you come in, it could shed quite a bit. And that could be that they used a high alkaline product and the fibers are getting oxidized and brittle and they start to pull apart. So I always put a disclaimer on my invoices, or my work orders, I should say, that, I'm not responsible for anything that's, prior care, that, you never know what someone has done. So if you get on this and the dye starts to bleed and you're using the right product, then somebody did something prior to you and you shouldn't be held accountable. On that note, if you do get into business, even if you're doing this type of work at home and you're out picking up carpets and bringing them to your home or to your garage, you want to get general liability insurance. And I recommend Hiscox, Hiscox, Hiscox.com. And I think I pay about $48 for 300,000 general liability. And so, it's under $50. Every month I pay it. But if I destroy something, and these smaller carpets, I think she paid about $700 a piece for them, believe it or not. So you don't want to end up damaging something and have someone upset. If you do damage something and you paid the $48 a month, You have insurance, you can file a claim, it's peace of mind, it looks good, you're safe, they're safe, everybody's happy. So keep that in mind. We're going to try and spot a little bit of these. What I'm actually seeing on this is indentions. And I didn't realize it until I got down and started rubbing my finger on it and pulling the fiber up. And they just disappeared. And on this side, the same thing. Little indentions, and that'll happen on wool, depending on furniture, whatever they had on there, you'll get those divots. So be aware of that. But you can clearly see it is brightening up very nice. And you can see that I chose to do these first on top of the larger carpet. That's kind of a tip. If you have a small one, if you would have tried to do this, or I would have tried to do this on the wood floor or engineered wood floor, it would have moved around. I would have had to have my wife stand on the corners and hold it just to get on it and start to clean it. So this kind of gives it some grip so that you can really go to work on it. And again, you could see here I'm going crisscross and back and forth, making sure that we are orbiting between all of the fibers. Looking fantastic. Now, if you Google area rug cleaning or area rug washing, you'll see a more in-depth process. Now, when you do these on site, like in someone's home, like here, you can't use a power washer and spray it, or take a garden hose and spray it down and then use a squeegee and all that good stuff. Now, sometimes that is recommended, and eventually I think I may end up opening a small shop in town, and I'm going to get the appropriate equipment. It's very expensive, but I do have a lot of people that have expensive Oriental rugs, and I cannot do them on site. They need a thorough cleaning, proper care. They need to be hung and air dried, and they need to be beaten so that all the dust and crap that's in such a tight weave comes out. But check out those videos. You'll see guys that some of them do it in their garage. They build the equipment that they need to do it, and they're able to get a pressure washer. You don't want to go above I think 3,000 to maybe 4,000 max, or 3,500 max on your pressure washer as far as the PSI on that. And man, they do an amazing job. You can see the filth and dirt just coming right out of it. But if somebody maintains their carpets like a lot of my clients do, you can do this in their home. And very simple. The only reason I'm doing them here is because she just moved out, rather than put them in her new home where the carpets have already been cleaned by the seller. We'll clean them up here. I'll mop my way out of this unit, and we'll deliver dry, fresh, clean carpets tomorrow morning. Keep that in mind as well if you are thinking of getting into the business. Alrighty. This one is really popping. I don't know how the camera is showing or if it's doing any justice there, but wow. It is popping even along the edges. Look at that pad. Ladies and gentlemen, where does the dirt go? Oh yeah. Gets absorbed into the pad. And guess what? Zero residue. If I left any of the solution on the carpet, when it dries, it will dry down to a brittle crystal and be vacuumed away. It will adhere to any soil particles, and there's also an anti-resoiling agent. And what that will do is keep the soil from repenetrating the fibers, and also dry and then act as a protector. So carpets dry quicker, they stay clean longer, there's no residue, no wick back. Very, very clean process. Now on this one, I got this kind of dingy side. It doesn't look too dingy, but I'm gonna hit it one more time. We'll pre-spray it real good. And then we'll use a very absorbent microfiber without the scrubbing strips, and we'll go over this, absorb it up. You can already see it starting to pop. Oh man, look at that. Oh yeah, those aren't stop signs. Don't stop, Polly. Woo! Those look like a whole bunch of stop signs, don't they? Or maybe little owl eyes, a bunch of owls. Oh gosh, losing my train of thought, having so much fun. Carpet cleaning, you can have a great time. And it's really kind of a joy to do work where you get immediate gratification or immediate results. So you can see even this pad, oh yeah. Now, this one, since it's vacant, it has the shower bars. These 5x7s will fit right up over there, and it actually keeps them from touching each other. The bar's just wide enough to where it's not going to be carpet on either the straight floor or carpet touching each other. And then that fan up there is a humidity setting fan. So inside the fan, you can set how you want it to operate. And they're already, since we're in the state of Washington where it's very humid, they're set to run, and they actually will continue to run, which will be great. Look at those carpets. I did those about a week ago. I don't know if you saw that video, but they dried down beautifully, and this one looks great. Oh yeah. Take a look at it from all angles. This is going to look and smell fantastic in my client's new home. She'll be happy, and I'm happy. I will give you a general idea of what I charge. I usually charge anywhere from $1.50 to $2.50 a square foot. That will depend on the fabric, if it's a synthetic or a natural fabric, if I'm doing both sides or just the surface, if I'm picking up and delivering, or I'm doing them on site. This is the carpeting that we did last week. Everything looks great. You can see this is already starting to brighten and pop and dry. My wife is kind of sweeping up with the flat mop. Once I get everything packed up and in the buggy, we'll be heading out the door. We'll give it one last cleaning as far as the wood goes, just any overspray that we may have sprayed. You could see there's my wagon. There's the other one hanging up over the shower bar. I'll be back tomorrow morning to roll those up and re-deliver them to my client. Everything fits in there perfectly, like a glove. Got my little tie strap around the center, keeps everything nice and compact, so I can roll it down to the van. Oh yeah, tricks of the trade. Kind of dark down here, but you see what I see? That would be the swirly. I haven't had a chance to pop a video on that yet, but it's coming soon. That has the 2.5 gallon tank on it, so I could shower feed. Custom sticker logos. And I did have an extra sticker that was sent to me, so I threw it up on the back window. Actually looks pretty good. Thanks to Encap store. Encap it. Oh yeah, a little picture of Damon. All right. That's it for today's episode. There's the simple end cap. That's a gallon. It's very affordable. It is a plant-based EPA approved product. Go check it out. Link in the description below. If you want to use Encap products, this one mixes at 4 ounces to 1 gallon. So I only used 8 ounces today in my 2-gallon sprayer. So it will do many, many jobs. If you divide 4 ounces into the 128 ounces available in the jug, that'll tell you how many ready-to-use jugs that it will make for you. And for now, I'll see you in my next episode.